So I guess you're just gonna take us through your day-to-day boxing life, but as you're doing that, I just want to ask you some questions. What first got you into boxing?
Um, my brother started, and I saw him doing it. It looked fun. And my first thought was I want to learn defense.
All right, interesting. Do you remember your very first fight?
Yeah, I lost my first fight, and it was bad.
Yeah, how was that?
It was bad. It was discouraging. It was embarrassing because of the crowd.
Wow. How have you changed as a fighter since your first year?
I learned a lot. My technique got a lot better. I got older. My mentality got stronger with it, and pretty much, yeah. And look where I'm at now. Happy where I'm at now.
Love that. What was the toughest moment in your journey so far?
The toughest moment?
Yes, sir.
I think training for nationals and having to manage the weight.
So cutting?
Yeah, cutting, a lot of fasting, a lot of sacrificing. That was what I had to do. It was probably the first time ever was the hardest.
Interesting. How does this upcoming fight compare to the others you've had?
This is the biggest fight I've had.
The biggest?
This is the biggest fight I had. This is gonna be worldwide, which I never had. This is it's gonna be a lot of people. It's gonna be in a stadium outside. This is gonna be New York, first time. And with someone, it's probably the toughest opponent I've had, I would say.
Damn, that sounds like a challenge. What's something about you most people wouldn't really expect?
Wouldn't really expect. For me to quit. I don't think people would expect me to quit, which I'm not known for doing.
Love that. How do you unwind when you're not training or fighting?
Unwind.
Yeah,
Like,
loosen up.
when I'm not training or fighting, usually I just like to relax home. Don't really go out.
Due to boxing?
Yeah, because of boxing.
All right. What's the goal you have outside the sport?
I like to start my own business. Not only that, maybe an online business. And I want to own houses so I can have people rent as Airbnbs.
Like a little side hustle?
Yeah, little side income.
Who's in your circle that keeps you grounded outside of boxing?
Outside of boxing? I would say my mom.
Your mom?
Yeah, my mom.
Yeah. Because your dad's the one that really managed.
Yeah, my dad, I can't really count him because he's my coach. So.
All right.
My mom.
If you weren't boxing, what do you think you would be doing right now?
If I wasn't boxing, I'd probably be an average 9-to-5 worker, trying to still start a business, an online business, but more of a struggling.
Understandable. How do you balance strategy and instinct during a fight? And what do you lean more towards?
Strategy and what?
What do you lean more towards when it comes to what you're taught and how you feel in the moment?
It's tough question.
Have you ever went with how you felt in the moment?
Yeah, sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. But if I wanted to try something else, I would usually go to the corner first and ask about it, see if that works out. And if it does, or if they approve or don't, I do it or don't, pretty much. But I stick to what I learned.
So strategy mostly.
Yeah.
All right. What's something people misunderstand about what it really takes to be an elite in this sport?
You gotta sacrifice a lot, most definitely. You gotta have the discipline, the heart to keep going. You need to be responsible too, not only that. A lot of people, they try it at first and then they realize they can't do it, so they quit. So,
Oh, do you know a lot of people that done that?
yeah. I had a lot of family, not, they were closest family, but they were part of my team
Right.
before I moved. And a lot of them quit for
Have
their own reasons.
Have you seen that, like, with people that go to your gym and try to get trained? Has that happened yet?
Yeah, still happens till this day. A lot of people say they want to be in it, they want to be a part of it, and they don't show up. They don't end up showing up.
Wow. Do you believe greatness in boxing more mental, or is it physical or something else entirely?
It's more mental. You gotta have the confidence for it. If you don't have the confidence, you're not gonna be able to
Excel?
excel.
All right. How do you mentally recover from a bad round? Like, what's your internal dialogue in the corner?
If it was the second to last round, that was a bad round, I would just tell myself I gotta go all out on this one. And if it was a bad round mid fight, how I recover, usually just continue the game plan, try to earn back what I lost.
Right. All right, so you just go harder. When do you know it's time to switch gears mid-fight, and how much of that comes from your corner or your own read?
How do I know when to switch gears?
Yeah.
Is when something's not working out, or if I want to be unpredictable towards my opponent, or just in the corner they tell me I need to.
So, like, percentage range, how much is it from you or your own corner?
It's more of I'd say it's 70% my corner, 30% me that tries to switch gears.
What do you think that your younger self would say if he saw you right now?
I think he'd be very surprised on how far I've gotten and where I've gone. Especially surprised at the fact that where I'm at now and what age I am, how I got to this spot, because I didn't expect to be here. To get an opportunity.
And what's your age?
I'm 19.
Right. You're 19 and you're going into your most biggest fight.
Yep. I thought I was going to be around 20s. After 20, I would be getting to this area.
Wow. How does that make you feel?
It makes me happy. It makes me feel blessed. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right.
What does success actually mean to you beyond titles and wins?
success. I think it means, what it means for me is having enough to support my family now and my future family for what it is to come.
All right. Well, that's all the questions. Good job.